Lexi Forstall here with the Raider Review, and welcome to our first newscast of the year. First, we're going to go to the story on Leo Club.
Hi, I'm Bethany. I'm here with Jen, the president of Leo Club. So tell us a little bit about your club and what you do.
Leo Club is a community service organization for grades 7 to 12, and we partner with the Lions Club.
Okay, so what plans do you have for the year?
We'll probably be doing some of our normal fundraisers, such as pennies for pasta, canned food drives, and just other things around the community that we can help out with.
What would you say to others to interest them in joining the club now or in the future?
Leo Club looks really good in the college application, and it's really good to get in your community service volunteer hours, and it's just nice to give back to the community.
Hi, I'm here with Isaac and Jake for the Yearbook Club. We have a few questions for you guys. Our first question is, tell us a little bit about your club and what you do.
Well, it's pretty self-explanatory. We're the yearbook committee. We make your yearbook.
Yeah, I'm the managing editor and the technology director, so what I do is make sure that all the technology is working right, and I help Jake. And Jake is the editor-in-chief, so he makes sure everything's being done right and he gets the job done.
Okay, our second question, which is our last question, is what would you say to others to interest them in joining your club now in the future?
Well, we're seniors this year, so we wanted to make our book look good for the following years to be able to look back on and maybe pull ideas from.
Yeah, and I think it's important for everyone else to join the yearbook, so in the years following you can make the yearbook the way you want it to be, so you have some way to be remembered by, or you get to look at a book that you made and that you enjoy to look at.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And now we're going to go to an interview with our new teacher, Mr. Hunter.
Alright, I'm here with our new math teacher, Mr. Hunter.
Hey Curtis.
We got some questions to ask you, man. Sure, we want to go with the first one?
Go ahead.
How's your year been so far, Mr. Hunter?
Oh, it's been great. I mean, it's week 4 now, and students here are pretty awesome. Like, I really like Montgomery so far. Really nice school. I mean, it's my first job, so I can't really compare it, but when your student teaching is, like, the worst, then you got nowhere to go but up. But Montgomery's really great. I like Montgomery.
Do you have any goals for your class this year, Mr. Hunter?
I mean, all A's, for sure. I'd love to have, yeah, I see Casey's filming this. I'd love to see, like, all my students get all A's, but, I mean, in general, I just want to see them improve as people, to become, what do I say, better, just better citizens, better, instead of boys and girls, like, to become men and women of integrity, to live life to the fullest, but also to be good at mathematics, to actually understand not just like the formulas, but what it means and how it's used in the real world. I just really want students to understand math and to love it.
Awesome, Mr. Hunter. What was your favorite subject in high school?
Yeah, math. Like, I didn't want to be a math teacher, but I thought if I ever teach anything, it'll be this because I enjoy it.
And what's one cool thing that your students don't know about you?
About me? I'm trying to think. I don't know, I'm not that cool. Like, that's why I'm a math teacher. I guess I'd say, like, in high school, I had this thing every single day. I matched my socks to my outfit. And every single day, no one noticed. And I think it was around senior year, somebody finally said, your socks match. And so 4 years of hard work was finally worth it, Curtis. But, you know, I don't really, I got solid black from here on out. So I got to start buying sweet socks again. But I just like to do little things like that, like, just for me, just to keep me going.
All right, Mr. Hunter, thank you for your time.
Oh, no problem, Curtis.
You've heard it. Hi, I'm Trevor, and this is Curtis. We're here with Miss Samsel.
Bye.
We're here to ask a couple questions. Ms. Samsel, how has your year gone so far, and how is it different from teaching in the high school than the middle school?
Actually, it's been going wonderful. I absolutely love it. The kids are making fabulous pieces of art so far, and I'm really looking forward to what's going to happen the rest of the year, especially with pottery, so I'm excited. As far as comparison, I would have to say I enjoy the conversation better. I enjoy being able to talk about art versus different things in middle school. So yeah, that's the only difference I can think of.
So what are your goals for the class in this year?
Like I said, I can't wait to see what we do with our pottery program. I'm excited. We are also doing a coloring page book, so hopefully we'll be selling that at some point. Getting some money raised up for a new kiln, so we're really excited about that. And just getting to know the kids. It's been really fun.
All right. What was your favorite high school subject?
Everything. Actually, no. Obviously, art, because Stola was my high school art teacher, so I owe him everything. Also, I was obsessed with music, and Mrs. McNair was my backbone for a lot of stuff. So acting and singing and virtuoso was amazing for me in high school. So,
if you had one fact that students wouldn't know about you, but you'd like to let them know, what would it be?
I have strong obsession with EDM music, and as well as rock. I went to Mayhem Fest 2 years ago, and I almost broke my toe. So good thing I had steel toe boots on, because the mosh pit was pretty crazy. But other than that, I pretty much tell the kids who I am and what I'm about, so I'm pretty honest.
Okay. Thank you for your time, Ms. Samsel.
Thanks.
And there you have it. Hey, I'm Trevor with Ms. Hensler. So how's your year been so far, Ms. Hensler?
Awesome. I love Montgomery. It feels a lot like home. I've known most of you kids for a year already now, and everybody's so welcoming, and I've had a lot of support and help, especially for it being my first year. I love Montgomery. You guys are awesome. Trevor?
So, do you have any goals for your classes this year?
Oh, yeah. Well, you need to bring the fresh to the freshmen, right? Because they're kind of an awesome class, let's be honest. Yes, freshmen, you're pretty cool. I think my main goal for them is to get them on the level of student that they need to be right now. You know, when you come into high school, they're still kind of transitioning from that awkward middle school era, and I'm trying to teach them a little bit more responsibility. And we're getting there, and we're having a lot of fun doing it. My goal for my actual students is to be the best teacher that I can be for them as a class and individually as students, and create a fun and inspiring learning environment.
So as we all know, subjects growing up, it all changes. What was your favorite subject?
What do you think it was?
I thought it was English.
Everyone would assume that it's English, but it's not actually English. Actually, I'm a huge history buff. My dad taught history for 25 plus years and kind of instilled that love of history in us. And I love the fact that even though history never changes, we're still learning new things every day. And it makes us who we are as individuals. So probably history. I wanted to be an archaeologist when I grew up, like an Indiana Jones. Even my senior year, as embarrassing as that is, I was going to be Indiana Jones. So,
okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, one last question. If you could have one thing that you want your students to know about you that we don't already know, what would it be?
Well, they probably don't know that I'm a 5-year kickboxing instructor and a 9-year Zumba instructor coach at a university level. So I taught at a college kickboxing and Zumba. So don't mess with me, kids. Just kidding. I'm just kidding.
That's amazing. All right. Thank you for your time. It was
Thanks,
nice
Trevor. Nice chatting in my library here.
And there you have it.
And now we're going to go to our new segment, The Raider.
Hey, I'm Jeff. And I'm Spencer. And we're going to be doing a new segment called Raider.
And in this segment, we review whatever you guys want to see, whether that be movies, music, games.
Exactly. And the best part about it is we're going to allow you guys to cast your vote in polls to let us understand more about you and what you guys want us to review.
Well, we'll be back with this segment next week.
See you later, guys.
Now we're going to go to Ethan, who had an interview with our soccer star, Kiara Fry.
Kiara Fry is in the Sun Gazette Girls Soccer Player of the Week. She scored a hat trick in the game winner against Meadowbrook. She also scored 4 goals in a week and led Montgomery to 2 wins, and she is the leading scorer for the Lady Raiders. Do you feel like you are one of the leaders of the team?
I think so. I think I lead more by example than I do vocally, so I think it's a good thing.
Well, that's good. What grade are you in?
I'm in 12th grade.
Well, that's good that you're leading by example. You're teaching people. How does it feel to be the Player of the Week?
It feels really good. I don't think I've ever been the Player of the Week before, and I think that means a lot that they picked me out of the bigger schools that are out there.
Yeah. Are you proud of your accomplishments?
I'm very proud. I'm very happy that I'm now a 50 goal scorer, and I think that being player of the week just like boosts my confidence even more.
Okay, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And now we're going to our sports update from our Raiders on the Road.
I'm Litzelman. I'm here at the tennis courts where the varsity girls play tennis. They've had some success over the past few years. Katie Forrestal is a freshman starting on the varsity lineup. They made it to districts almost every year, and they plan on doing it again this year.
I'm here at the Lady Raiders soccer field. The Lady Raiders have had some early season success. The freshmen have stepped up, and Jessica Umstead and Caitlin McCarty have both scored 2 goals in their first couple games. The seniors have also stepped up, such as Kiara Fry and Lexi McHenry.
Hi, I'm here at the football field with starting freshman Gage John. How does it feel to be the player of the watch, Gage?
You know, it feels good because it shows that I'm putting a lot of effort into this and that the coaches can really see that in me.
Great answer. What direction do you think the team's going in this year?
I think that we're going to keep improving because our team is really young still and we keep getting better every week, and our coaches believe in us that in the long run we're just going to get better.
Thanks for the time, Gage.
Thanks.
Throughout broadcasting, we're going to have a Twitter account to keep you up to date on the latest and greatest news of Montgomery. We're going to go to Megan, Courtney, and Maddie to tell you more about that.
The broadcasting class will be continuing their Twitter account from last year. We will be posting play-by-plays and updates for every game attendable. You can follow us at MASD News.
Now we're going to go to an interview with Margaret Dietrich, one of Montgomery's students who is currently studying abroad in Italy.
Hello, I'm Isaac.
And I'm Lexi.
And this is
Perspective
Worldwide. Wide. This segment will be all about world news.
Brought to you by the broadcasting class.
Our first story this year will be about the unfortunate displacement of Syrian refugees due to the civil war in Syria. Lexi has some facts for us.
Over 6.5 million refugees are displaced within Syria right now, and only 3 million refugees have left the country. The Syrian civil war is an ongoing armed conflict taking place in Syria. It began in 2011 with nationwide protests against the president, whose armed forces responded violently. The conflict gradually morphed from prominent protests to an armed rebellion after months of military sieges, thus leading to further strife and a worsening situation.
As of January 2015, the death toll had risen above 220,000, with estimates in April 2015 as high as 310,000. International organizations have accused the Syrian government, ISIL, and other opposition forces of severe human rights violations, with many massacres occurring and chemical weapons being used many times during the conflict.
The severity of the humanitarian disaster in Syria has been outlined by the UN and many international organizations. More than 7.6 million Syrians have been displaced. More than 5 million have fled the country to nearby countries such as Turkey, Lebanon, Jordan, Iraq, Egypt, and Kuwait. And a few 100,000 have fled to more distant countries like Germany and Greece and have become refugees. Millions more have been left in poor living conditions with shortages of food and drinking water.
This refugee crisis has recently begun to gain more and more international news coverage as the Syrian refugee crisis has become worse and worse for those trying to flee war-torn Syria and make a better life for themselves and for their families.
It is our pleasure to introduce Margaret Dietrich, who is an exchange student in Italy, and here she is.
Come da poca picchita va bene, si tu la parla miezza americano, quando si fa l'amore sotto la luna, come da viene in cave di I love you, papà l'americano.
Margaret, it's nice to see you. This year we have the pleasure of having Margaret as a student overseas. She's doing an exchange program in Turin, right? Turin, Italy.
Italy, yeah.
What's that like?
It's a little, sometimes it's a little hard because I don't speak Italian, of course, but that's one of the reasons I'm here is to learn it. But it's a lot of fun and it's really interesting to see the culture and the similarities and the differences between here and Montgomery.
Well, could you explain your school situation, what you're doing for school?
At school, the students mostly stay in their class for the whole day, except they have 2 breaks. But since I'm not taking the courses of Greek and Latin, I'm going to be switching between 2 what would be 10th grade classes here, so that I can avoid those classes. And the classes they take are Italian grammar, Greek, Latin, science, math, and English. And they also have a physical education class.
And what's that school called?
It's called Massimo D'Azeglio.
Okay.
I still have trouble pronouncing it sometimes, but I think I got it.
And well, what are the hours for that school over there? What is it different from here or the same?
Most days it's from 8 to 1, and sometimes I think that it ends at 12. And the class that I'm in right now, 5B, because they have it so freshmen start with like year 4, and then sophomores are 5, and then they have 1 for juniors, 2 for what would be seniors, and then they have a 3rd year of high school too, so they have 5 years. But the other class that I will be in, 5E, also has class on Saturdays, because their school days are shorter, but I'm not sure what the hours are just yet.
Alright.
How is your regular day different compared to living here?
I walk 30 minutes to school, so I get some time to kind of see the city, which here I just live 3 minutes away from the school, so it's a quick walk. And here, I mean, I am home longer because the school day is shorter, so it gives me time to kind of go out and see the city a little bit and be a tourist, because I haven't been here very long.
Could you explain Turin, like what Turin is like and how it differs from little old Montgomery?
It's a small industrial city, so it has, of course, big buildings, and it's kind of built like a grid, and it has parks in it. Like, I mean, Montgomery has our park too, and it also has a river running through it and you can see it from a piazza called Piazza Vittorio, and then if you cross that river, you kind of you're still in Turin, but you're a little bit farther away from the center of the city, and it's built like a grid.
Could you explain what a piazza is for those that might not know what that is?
It's a square, pretty much, where it's for pedestrians, and usually there are cafes, and sometimes there's like a statue in the center of it, or Piazza Castello, which I passed on my way to school, has a castle in the center of it.
And you said Turin is a industrial city. Could you name some of the industries that might be there, that you can find there?
I know it's not in Turin, but close to this area of Italy is I don't know which car they build, but they build some car. Oh wait, that is in Turin? Sorry. Bronwyn, Isaac and my sister, said that in Turin they actually do build Fiats here, which is a type of car. So that would be one industry that's here.
Alright, and I mean, that's a pretty big one, Fiat, so that's a world.
They also have Chrysler, too.
Chryslers.
What is your favorite part?
My favorite part, or a favorite part?
Oh, part about being in Italy.
Oh, sorry. I think being able to walk around and having everything close by. I walk to Piazza Vittorio, and on that there's like a road going through there called Via Po, because the river that it intersects that's what the river is called, Po, the River Po. And there are stores right there. There are lots of boutiques, and once you get to Piazza Castello and you take Via Roma, which intersects Piazza Castello, there are more stores, clothing stores, which is kind of fun because if I don't have anything to do, I can just go outside and to a cafe or a store, which is nice. But I also miss being back home and seeing everyone.
So is that what you miss the most? Or what would you say you miss the most?
I miss being able to see everyone, of course, as I said, and my family. And I miss the school, actually, because all the teachers there are very nice, or at Montgomery are nice, and my classmates are my friends. So I miss everyone.
All right, last question. What can we expect to hear from you throughout the year?
Hopefully more stories about my experience. If I get to visit any other cities in Italy, hopefully I'll be able to tell you about those and how my class goes, and how it's maybe a little bit even more how it's like to live in a city away from home.
All right. Well, we're excited to be doing this with you here with broadcasting, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the Raider Review. I'm your favorite news anchor, Lexi Forstall, and until next time.